marketing, and that's failure. So I'm not a big fan of dysfunction. I'm not a big fan of duplication because it doesn't work. The way we build things is we delegate. We formulate things based on the power of the mastermind, come together in friendship and spirit. We all have a gift and talent. We bring it. And listen, I'm going to be very straight up and honest with you about something tonight because I've just been kind of observing. We've put about 16,000 people in this business in the last 3 days. 16,000, that's not bad. It's not great, but you know what? It's not bad. But here's, as I take you through this presentation tonight, this is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about the fact that we're not looking for people to join us. I don't want any of you to join us here in this Total Takeover project. What we want is for people to launch the business with us. I think there's too many people out there that have been exposed to false teachings. There's a lot of false teachers out there in the industry, in my opinion, and I know that for a fact. I've been in this industry, I've done over $50 million in this industry, so I know how this game's played. And the whole point being is, you know what? If you're not launching your business, if you're not serious about building a business, if you're coming here just looking for spillover, I don't mean to offend you, but go find another program. I don't want anyone that's coming in here with a poverty consciousness, a welfare mentality. Spillover can happen, will happen, but we're looking for business builders. And the reason why I tell you that is because there is a lot of money sitting on the table here. And for people that want to just sit back, relax, and see if they make a few $1,000s or a few $100, wasting everyone's time. That's part of the dysfunctionality of this industry. That's a disease. I call it a disease, and I have no problem saying that. It's just because when I go into businesses, I put over 2.2 million people in network marketing, and I did that by not sitting on my tushy. I didn't sit on my tushy to put 2.2 million people through my networks over my 36 years. I busted my butt. I came to the calls when I was sick, when I had the flu, when I had my gallbladder taken out. I didn't sit back and say, somebody carry the load for me. We made it happen. So we're looking for things to happen, all right? We're looking for things to happen big time, all right? This is going to be absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you through this concept very quickly. Yeah, listen, yeah, you know, some people just get silly, and that's okay. You know what? There's a lot to learn, and that's one of the big things about this industry is people don't want to be students. They want to be nitwit marketers instead of students of the industry. Nitwit marketing doesn't get anywhere. So anyhow, we're going to have some fun here, and we'll pretty much crank out this call tonight and have some fun in doing that. So let's see what happens. Let me just clear that quickly. All right, so you ready? Here we go. Let's see if we can crank this out. So Dave and Wallace and I, we got together and we realized there's a big void in the industry, guys. There's a massive void in this industry. I'm really surprised the company owners haven't capitalized on it. There's a lot of people out there that are looking for a real deal. They're looking for a real educational program. They're looking for real value. The value that we bring to the table as far as a product, for some people it's going to mean 7 figures. For some people it's going to mean 6 figures. For some people it's going to mean 5 figures. Some people intellectually won't understand that because they're not smart enough to figure that out. But you know, I've got a child going to school right now in England. We have a son that goes to school in England. And mommy and daddy have to fork over $70,000 a year for a child to go to school in England from Canada. Now, somebody said to me, you know, information can be found on the internet for free. You know, educational products can be found for free. That's a really ignorant statement. That's somebody that really doesn't know anything would say something like that. Certain things can be found, but not this information. We've got something really special here that no other company has. I believe that statement to be true. No hype, no smoke and mirrors, no grand illusions. So when somebody says there's no value in learning and education, those people need to go take a visit and go to the vet, if you know what I mean, honestly. What we're doing here for next to nothing is a godsend to this industry, and I have no problem saying that on a live conference call. So we're going to fill a huge void in the industry here today. But what's happening is most people aren't making money. Why? Because, number one, the industry's gone to hell in a handbasket. Number two, the mindset is a problem. Most people have stinking thinking. Not all people. That's not directed at anyone on this call. And then the next thing is, you know what? There's not a lot of leadership in this industry. There's people out there that think they're leaders, but really, honestly, if you understand the 5 levels of leadership, most people don't qualify that think they're leaders. So there's a lot of false teaching. There's a lot of poor leadership out there in the industry. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. But we're going to kind of revolutionize that and bring all the great attributes back to this industry that have been missing for a number of years. And very few people have them. Some of you on the call have some great attributes to bring to the table, I'm sure. But you know what? Generally speaking, if you take a look at the industry in a whole, there's not a lot of solid leadership out there. So we're going to make a big difference in that, okay? When you take a look at this industry today, when you take a look at society today, we're living in a fast and furious society. Everybody seems to want something now. And, you know, I started network marketing in 1978. So I've seen it from 1978 through the 80s, through the 90s, through the early 2000s, and now here we are at 2015. It's gone through such an evolutionary process. And the mindset of people today is different. And the education is different because now we have technology. Technology speeds things up. And that's where everybody wants something now. We've got fast food. We've got drive-thrus. We've got instant this, instant that. And everybody wants everything now. So when you kind of calculate all these different characteristics of what's going on there in the industry, you start to realize people are looking for opportunity. But what they're not looking for is a nickel and dime program. People are not looking for nickel and dime programs. They're looking for something solid that they can trust, but at the same time throws in, throws in the characteristic of making that significant amount of money. So what we have here is we have a population, a global worldwide population. We call them the masses. And what the masses want is a company with a low startup cost. And when I show you the startup cost here, I can't believe somebody would say it's too expensive. They can't say that and they're thinking properly. You have to be on something to say that. And the reason why I say that is because I think of the $70,000 per year we spend for a child to go to school in England, Chelsea School of Arts, and then how much money you would spend here, next to nothing, to learn how to become a polished marketer, learn how to become a polished communicator, learn how to become a polished technician, learn how to play the game, learn how to better your skills in the game of life, in every area of your life, whether it's working with your wife, working with a significant other, working with your kids, working in the workplace. You become a better human being because of the training you're going to receive here, and you're going to have access to certain people outside of myself that charge $1,000 an hour to help coach you, and you'll get all that for next to nothing. So if somebody tells you there's no value in this, tell them Val Smith said go to the vet. They'll know what I'm talking about, okay? So people are looking for a smoking hot, high-end residual. Financial freedom ultimately is what people want. This is really what everyone wants. Let's give them what they want, exactly what they want. The executive income with the low operational cost, all right? And a marketing system, a built-in marketing system that some teams would probably charge, I don't know, $129 a month for. I've seen marketing systems put together by distributors where they charge $249 a month, $129 a month. Some of them charge $29.95 a month for other lower scale ones. We're including a complete marketing system to help you explode this business if you want to, or any home-based business out there in the arena, anything you can think of. If you presently have a home-based business now and you want to take it from the basement to the penthouse, or from 0 to 100, just like I do in a Ferrari, guess what? You can do that utilizing the tools that we've got here for you, okay? So basically, we've got a system, a methodology. We've got the tools that we're going to provide. They're not your stereotypical tools. They're tools that are being used by people right now to make copious amounts of money. We're not talking about people that just make $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month. We're talking about, like, you know, $25,000 to $50,000 a month to $100,000 a month. If you had tools that provide that type of income, should you learn how to become a professional executor in the art and science of using the tools, what would that be worth for you? So no matter what company you're in, you're going to learn how to dominate and control the leaderboards. And the people that put these tools together that we're offering to help you explode your businesses and anything you're doing, they use these exact same tools that I'll be talking about in a second here to dominate the leaderboards. They're always on the leaderboards every month. You won't see them shut out. So if somebody said, well, there's no value in that, honestly, you know, they really need to give their head a shake. I'll be nice on tonight's call. But I would delete that person out of my life if they said, well, there's no value in that. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? So the whole point being is, guys, we're here to take your skill set, your knowledge, your capability to another level. We want to give you instant access, all right? Right now we're in free launch, so we're not asking for anything tonight other than an evaluation. But when we do kick it in to the launch, when people start submitting and paying, you're going to gain instant access to information personally utilized by 6- and 7-figure money earners. One-of-a-kind, step-by-step video tutorials. Now, what does that mean? Because some people say, well, I've been to the call, but I still don't know what the product is. The product is educational. You'll be brought through a step-by-step video library that will show you exactly where you need to go, what you need to do step-by-step in order to generate things such as leads. How many of you could use an extra, I don't know, 127 leads a day? You don't have to go to your family and friends. You don't have to sit there on Facebook and do it. What if you had a system that could bring in 30, 40 leads a day, 80, 90 leads a day, 10, 15 leads a day? Excuse me. Something that you felt comfortable with, that you could work with in building your business. Me personally, I could manage 15 to 20 leads a day. And I'd probably have a closing ratio of about 50%. So that would be a great stepping stone for me personally. So you're going to get access to lead generation systems. You're going to get access to customizable capture pages, lead contact manager, tracking statistics, and personal hands-on training too. We'll have some trainers coming into these webinars showing you how to do some really cool stuff from the technological side. All right, it's amazing what we can do here. Life's an inside job. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And because we're connected to some very, very powerful people on the internet that know how to make an awful lot of money, we can bring them in here and get them to do some training on your behalf. And the really beautiful thing about that is you wouldn't have to pay additional dollars for that. The other thing that we're adding to this is a subscription to the Megastars of Marketing online audio magazine. This is an online audio magazine where I interview some of the most brilliant minds in the world, and I discover how they're making their money. And when I discover how they're making their money, it's not about the power of positive thinking and motivational stuff. I don't have time for that in my life, to be honest with you. When I interview these people, I want to know how they're making their money. From Randy Schrader, I interviewed Randy Schrader. He's only made $34 million in the last 21 years. Jack Zufelt, he's right there on the screen to the left. He's made millions of dollars, one of the top paid trainers in the world in multi-level marketing. You've got Ray Higdon, Russell Brunson, Larry Winget, Todd Falcone. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of people that are very knowledgeable. And you can see their game plan. And not only will you be able to hear their audios in the back office and listen to the way they posture, the way they speak, the way they communicate, but I'll be able to bring these people into live webinars where you'll see them. Instead of seeing me in this goofy hat, you're going to be able to see them in the room, and they'll be doing workshops from their home offices as well for every single one of you. And you don't have to pay to go to Vegas or San Diego or Gatlinburg, Tennessee, or somewhere in the world to see them. You don't have to pay for airfare or hotel. You can sit at home, and it'll be a live stream broadcast. And the reason why we're able to do that is because I have a Rolodex that's probably worth, I don't know, my Rolodex is probably worth over $100 million just in contacts of people making well over, my Rolodex is probably over $1 billion in earnings from the people that are in my personal Rolodex. I'll be able to bring some very interesting people to these training calls so you can listen to them speak and get a grasp for their inside trade secrets. So once again, if somebody tells you there's no value in that, weed them out of your life very quickly. You're dealing with, some of the most mentally disturbing people in the world. Honestly, if somebody says there's no value in education, I can't believe, I actually ran into somebody who says, well, there's no value in that. I mean, I can get that on YouTube. No, you can't. I can teach you how to get involved in any business opportunity in the world and not pay one penny. I can teach you how to close anyone in the world in 45 seconds or less, 100% of the time. 100% of the time to evaluating anything you want them to look at. Show me somebody else that's doing that. You won't find them. They don't know how to do it. So what that means, if I could show you how to close people in 45 seconds to evaluate anything you want them to evaluate, how much money would that put in your pocket? If I could show you right now how to get everyone that you wanted into your business opportunity of any kind and they didn't have to pay one penny out of their pocket, even if the program was $1,250 or $5,000, they didn't have to take one penny out of their pocket. Name any company in the world, and I never have to pay a dime, and neither do you, if I taught you how to do it. How much money is that worth? If somebody says there's no value in that, they're bloody insane. because somebody told me there's no value in online training today. I thought, oh my God, I can't believe that human being made it through quality control. The most dumbest statement I've ever heard in my life, all right? So I want to put an emphasis on that because this is the type of personality you get when you come into the Total Takeover. No nonsense, no crap, straight up. We bring the best of the best to the table, and if people are intimidated by that, they can go find a chain letter out on the internet and have fun with that, all right? All right? Good. All right. So anyhow, we got some great things happening there at the Online Audio Magazine. Now, I'm not a fan of goal setting. I don't teach goal setting. I think goal setting is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Goal setting all started from the Nightingale Conan stuff back in the 40s. If you ever noticed, the early Egyptians and the Greeks and the Romans and, you know, nobody set goals. Animals don't set goals. Nobody sets, the most successful people in the world do not set goals. Have you ever noticed that? The most successful people in the world do not set goals. You know, the Rockefellers or, you know, Warren Buffett or Donald, they don't set goals. They just get what they want. And most people don't understand how that works. I can teach you how that works. So you'll never have to set another goal in your life. People that set goals usually are broken to put consciousness into people's lives. And we're going to show you how to go from the basement to the penthouse. All right? The other really cool thing, this is one of my favorite pictures. My friend Tracy put this together for me because she knows I kind of have a really cool lifestyle. I own a fleet of cars. I probably have about $1.8 million in automobiles. It's not a lot of money in cars, but I have a nice collection of cars. And so, anyhow, Tracy was kind enough to put that picture together for me. And what I love about this is when people come here, they ask me this question. They say, Val, how much is this thing going to cost me? Well, there it is right there. If you want to learn how to become a first-class, world-class only $89.95 a month, you never have to have another financial problem in your life ever again should you choose to become a great conscientious student. Now, if you choose just to slack off and say, nah, I'm not interested, and my plate's too full, all that poverty consciousness stuff, then, you know, I can't change that. But for only $89.95, you get access to the greatest minds in the world in marketing, some of the most profound, most prolific teachings in the world in marketing. That's a steal. Because, like I said, if you were to hire any of my friends that I list, for example, he'd want $1,000 for 1 hour. He'd want it PayPal to him before he even gave you 1 minute of his time. It has to be in the PayPal account. You get everything, all these trainers and more for $89.95 a month. That's a steal. That's cheaper than the $70 grand we have to pay to send our son to school per year. And he's going to learn how to excel in art, but probably be a broke artist. Here, you can learn how to become a millionaire if that's what you want to learn, or you can learn how to just become financially feasible in the game of life just to get by, okay? So for $89.95, you've got a license to print money, you've got all the data, all the information, all the trainers, you've got the video library, you've got the online audio library in the back office that you'll receive a username and password for. Wow, that hurts. Pulls on the stitches. And you'll be able to rock it out. Anything you're doing, whether it's working with us or not working with us, you'll be able to take this knowledge into any business of your choice and just take it to the promised land, all right? So what I'm going to do quickly right now, I'm going to blow through this, is show you all the two different methodologies of getting paid here through our marketing system. All right? I'm going to show you the primary income first, and then I'm going to explain something to you because I think some people are not totally clear as to how this works, all right? So let me see if I can be a little bit more clear tonight now that I'm a little bit aware of some of the questions you might ask. Okay, compensation plan number 1. You will be in profit with only 2 people coded to you, all right? So for the compensation plan number 1, you're going to be in profit with only 2 people coded to you. This will give you a residual income unlike anything you've ever had before. Now, when I say residual income, we're not talking about 2%, 5%, 10%. We're not talking about 50 cents, 75 cents, that $1.50 and all that little stuff that's going to take you 50 years just to make $200. We're talking about getting paid $45 per person every Thursday. So visualize having 1,000 people on your team in pay plan number 1 that give you $45,000 a month. All right? Let me show you how that works. Okay, I'm going to go through this kind of quick, so stay with me. There's your sponsor. There's you. You come in for $89.95. We start developing a residual income. Your sponsor's going to make $45 when you come in. All right? You bring Sam in. Look very closely. Focus on the screen. Don't look at my cowboy hat. Residual income, $45, and you bring Sam in as your first sale. You make $45. You're going to bring Sue in. When you bring Sue in, you make $20. Why do you make $20? Because we're using a reverse 2-up, not a reverse 1-up like what somebody said today that's supposed to be some sort of journalist. Didn't understand the pay plan. $20. All right? Sue gets passed up to your sponsor. I'll show you that right now. So Sue's getting passed up. First one stays with you. Second one gets passed up. Your sponsor gets $25. You split the 45. You get 20 of it. Your sponsor gets $25. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. So I think that's pretty exciting. Now, if you add the 45 and the 20 you just made, you got $65 a month coming in. Okay? No big deal, but watch how it compounds and gets bigger and bigger. All right? As you start to build this business. You bring in Bill, sale number 3, you make $45. You make $110 in residual now, 45 and 65, 110. Then you're going to create a 4th sale. That's Mary. Guess what happens to Mary? She's going to get passed up. So you keep your first sale, you pass up your second. Keep your 3rd sale, you're going to pass up Mary's, you're going to see right now. You made $20, your sponsor gets the 25. All right, you made $20, gives you $130 in residual income. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, watch this. You bring in a 5th sale, okay? You get $45 on the 5th sale. You with me? You bring in for a grand total of $175, and now you bring in a 6th sale. You make another $45. So what I'm saying to you here is from your 5th, 6th sale on, it now becomes infinite. You're making $220 in residual. Only once will you pass your 2nd and your 4th sale up. All right, you do that once, and you must sustain having your 2-up. If one of your 2 pass-ups quit, fall out because they're just not mentally prepared to do the work, that's cool. Your next sale will replace them. So if you're on your 17th sale, your 18th sale, your next sale will be utilized as a qualification to cover for the one that fell off, or if you had 2 fall off, your 18th and 19th sale if you happen to do it, or your 11th or 12th sale. Your next 2 sales will cover your qualification, but you always must sustain 2 pass-ups, okay? Now, here's that diagram I wanted to show you. From your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th sale on, $45 per person to infinity. We have some people right now that have personally sponsored almost 350 to 400 people here in the last 2 days. So if you're to multiply 400 times $45 plus the downline growth too underneath that, the pass-ups, I have no idea what that equals. I'm not a mathematician, but I think it's enough to go to Taco Bell and get meal deal number 3. You'll have enough money to go to Taco Bell. It's got to be in the thousands of dollars. Okay? I'm not here to do math, but you can check it out. So now I'm going to give you a 7-month plan. Watch this 7-month plan. I showed you in cartoon illustration there. Now what I want to do is show you the 7-month plan. Oops, let me just get to this. Come on, open up, baby. It's been a little bit stubborn tonight. Okay, so here's another way of looking at it. Month number 1. I don't want you to set a goal. I want you to think about this. Don't sit here and say, well, I'm going to come in here because I heard that I don't have to do any work and I can make money in the matrix and be unqualified. That is a very broke, impoverished mentality. No offense, I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm just here to tell you the truth. If I didn't tell you the truth, I'd be a liar. That attitude sucks. All right? Right now, we're in free launch. If you can't get somebody to come into this free, then probably shouldn't be in marketing, period. All right? They have the opportunity to come in, experience and start building a business free for the next 30 days. Well, it's really not next 30 days because we'll be launching January 26th. So if everybody just had faith and believed and just utilized the subconscious mind the way we use it every day, and just made a commitment to putting 4 people in the business, you get 4 people your first month. All right? 2 and 4 are pass-ups. So you keep 1 and 3, 2 and 4 are pass-ups. You've got $90. You are now in profit and pass-up qualified. Okay? You still earn 20 on each of those pass-ups. The 40 plus the 90, that gives you $130 your first month. You've now broken even and made a little bit of money. Your $89 is not such a stretch to your imagination any longer, all right? $89. Somebody says that's too much money. They're living in an illusionary world. It's all an illusion. All money is a man-made illusion. It's a piece of paper that somebody put ink on and said it has value. And people let that falsification of paper run their lives in a very interesting way. So month 2, you get therefore. All right, month 2. Your 2 get therefore. Sorry. Each are passed up. The 2 are each passed up. You have a total of 4 coming to you. So 4 times 25 equals $100. All right? That's in pass-ups. Add that to the 130. You've got $230 right there. Residual income. Mike, can you please close that door? Thank you. Month 3, you get 4. Your 4 get their 4. Of course, 2 are going to be passed up, right? 2 are going to be passed up for a total of 8 pass-ups. 8 times 25. It gives you another $200. Add that to your 230. You got $430. All right? Because you're getting pass-ups as well. Your 8 get their 4. Everyone just focused on 4. We've got people that have hit 400, just under 400 in less than 2 days. And here I am showing you a Mickey Mouse measly number like 4. Of course, 2 are passed up. Total of 16 pass-ups times 25. 400. 430 from the last month, and now you have a residual income of $830. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. 32 times 25 in pass-ups. Add it to last month, you got 1630. All right? 1630 coming into play. And again, that becomes, the 32 now becomes 64 pass-ups. 1600. I'll let you read that as I'm going through it. Okay? No problem on that. Add that to the 1630, the 1600, and the 1630, you've got $3,200 in residual income. So if somebody said to me, but I spend $89.95 to be trained by some of the greatest teachers in the world, some of them that charge $50,000 to speak at conventions, but I pay $89 for that, I'm not dumb enough to say no. The answer is always yes. $3,230, okay? Now, let's take a look at the next equation here. 64 become 128 times 25, right? They're the pass-ups, 128 pass-ups times 25, 3,200. Add that to the 3,230. You've now got over $6,000, all right? And the information you're getting is absolutely priceless. I don't care what any amateur marketer out there that has an opinion says. You know, don't even waste your time with those fools, all right? There's a lot of idiots out there on the internet that have an opinion about something they know nothing about. Unfortunately, they were created, put on earth for a reason, to test you. I call those people on the planet spiritual warfare. They were designed to see if you got the strength to keep going, or will they break you down and make you quit and steal your dream. I was going to use another word, but I better not use it on this call, what I really feel about those people. But anyhow, they are what they are, and they weren't equally created. All right? So anyhow, guys, we got some great things happening here. It's pretty amazing. Now, what I want to show you very quickly, this is a bonus, and I think this is where some of you get stuck. If you go into our back office, you're going to see company power line. The company power line has nothing to do with spillover, has nothing to do with your income. What the company power line is, it's a power line of people that have come into the business today over the last 2 or 3 days. And I think we're at about 16,000 and change, or 15,900 and something. Those are all the people that came in, and they were sponsored by individuals. So what we created here is a matrix. We created a 2x10 sponsor forced matrix, not a company forced matrix, but a sponsor forced matrix. From your sponsor on down, you can have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 5, 12, 1,024. You can make $2,046, and you might not have even sponsored anyone. You might come into this for $89.95 just to get access to the most profound, most prolific speakers and educators in the world on the internet that I can bring in here. And you might not have sponsored one person or made one retail sale here. But your sponsor can only fill in 2 on their front level, 4 on their second, 8 on their third, and their upline can only do the same thing. Therefore, some of you might be fortunate enough to get something called spillover. And I really don't like talking about spillover because I think it mentally cripples people. It enables people. It's a very dangerous codependent conversation that preaches welfare, weakness, and dysfunction, but it exists. And I understand the fear of loss. I understand why people are attracted to it. It's just that I've been in this industry long enough. I have the skills to close anybody, anywhere, any place, any time. So I don't rely on spillover. I focus on my gift and talent. If I'm not building a business, I shouldn't be in a business. If I'm not contributing to the team, I shouldn't be on the team. That's just my personal belief system. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to like me for it. You don't have to love me for it. You can say this guy's a jerk, so sad, too bad. My bank account will always be bigger than those people's. All right? 512 1,024. If your organization grows perpetually underneath you, not via the company, but via your team upline support, that's $2,046 every single month coming into your pocketbook. The last company I was in, somebody says the spillover really worked. The last company I was in, I started the whole organization. I was the company. I really wasn't the company. I was the company, but the company wasn't the company. They found a way to screw things up. But anyhow, the whole point being is our work ethic as a team generated over 10 to 14, 15,000 member spillovers. We had some people that came in, never brought one person in, but just because of the upline, they had over 14,000 people in their downlines, all because of the great work ethic of the distributors, not the company. All right? So if you're working with the right team, the right leaders, you might get that spillover if that's something that psychologically turns you on. Spillover doesn't turn me on. I know how to make $1 million a year without spillover. I don't need it, but I know other people like it. So if it's there, it's there. And God bless in getting it. I hope you enjoy it, all right? So anyhow, guys, we built this program. It was all designed about you. It was all designed for you. We want to bring a higher level of consciousness into the world. We want to bring a higher level of professionalism into the industry. We want to pass the torch on to the next generation because there's a lot of bad habits out there, I think. There's a lot of false teachings out there, I think. And again, you don't have to agree with anything that I say. You have every right to refuse everything I say and say this guy knows nothing. That's okay. My bank account will still be bigger than those people. Always will. It's just the law of the universe. Those that are in the know, know. Those that aren't in the know, well, there's an old saying a great teacher once said to me, said, Val, what you argue for in the game of life, you get to keep. So keep your own baggage, all right? So that's what he told me, so I'll pass that torch on to you. Everyone has their own way of doing things. If that's what works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, follow my way and you'll get richer. All right? So anyhow, guys, this is the Total Takeover. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a journey. It's kind of like a martial arts school in the art and science of marketing. If you're ready to come in and do some work and learn how to become a 9th degree black belt in the art and science of building a business, this is going to be a great opportunity. You're going to be working with some very professional people that can do some things that some of you probably think are totally impossible. So we love the opportunity to work with every single one of you, to be a part of this journey with us, to be a stepping stone in your life, to help you get to where it is you want to go if you truly want that help. And if you don't want that help, this program is definitely not going to be for you. At least I can be honest about that, okay? We're only looking for people that want to launch. We're not looking for people that want a free lunch or want a free ride in the game of life. Somebody else can pitch that deal out there. It's definitely not going to be me, okay? So let's rock this out. Let's have some fun. Get back to the person that sent you to this presentation. It's time to get started now. It's time to get started now. You can get in for free right now. You don't have to pay anything till January 26th. We'll be doing these calls nightly, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday nights, I don't do them Friday night. And then we'll be starting some fireside chats where I come in, do some trainings on a Sunday night, take some videos off the internet, break it down, show you some cool stuff. And we'll also be offering a Q&A call. Stay tuned, check your email. We're going to be doing a Q&A call because I'm sure many of you out there have questions about the comp plan, questions about this, questions about that. You can go to our Facebook site, facebook.com/Total Takeover. I believe that's it. If I have that wrong, you'll find it on the internet. I'm just thinking off the top of my head right now. You can get some answers, your questions answered there, excuse me. And then Dave Wallace and myself will also be doing some hangouts along the way, opportunities via hangouts as well too, so they can be broadcast all over the world.